Hi, Daryl Haverland here, and this is the first of my videos to teach you what you need to know to succeed in global resorts, or actually any online business for that matter. And first thing I'd like to do is tell you a story. About 5 years ago, my wife and I went on a cruise. It was a little short one. It was our very first cruise. We were out dancing late, and she was tired, so she went back to the room. I went upstairs to the upper deck to get a bite to eat. As I walked out there, I saw an older guy sitting all by himself out by the window, so I decided I'd rather have some company than eat by myself, so I went over and joined him. Anyway, we started talking, and come to find out, this guy was retired, and so I asked him what he used to do. He had told me the story about he had started a bank in early 1950s, and he had started multiple locations, and as California grew, his bank grew, they ended up with 30 banks, and as so many of them do, they were bought out by one of the big guys for about $300 million. Well, his share of that was $100 million. So he retired at right around 50, and him and his wife had just been traveling and living the good life for the last probably 30 years. So anyway, what he said next really hit me, and he said that one good investment is worth a lifetime of labor. And I started thinking about that, and that's really true. I know people that have bought land and were able to retire off the land with a very good retirement. People have bought stocks. One good stock purchase can do that, and so I've kind of always been looking for that one good thing. And I think I found it in global. And here's why. You do one thing right and you get paid for years to come. Now, I have not made enough money to retire, but I do see the potential for that in this business. You can make one good website and a few good videos. You do it once and then it continues to sell for you. That's why I believe this is that one good investment. Okay. Now let's stop for a second and let's look at what I just did. What I did was I told you a story. Now, if you think about, our brains are hardwired for stories, and that's what makes stories powerful. Since before writing was, we even were writing things down, history was passed along from generation to generation by stories. Jesus used parables to teach important things because he knew that stories were what really gets inside of our head and gets to our subconscious and can change minds and motivate people. Okay, so what I did was I used a story, and it wasn't a selling technique, it was just to relay something that I wanted you to know and something that I wanted you to think about. This is why using your personal story, most of us have some kind of defining moment when we decided to take that step, and then what happened after we took that step, and what caused us there. And this is what connects to people, and this is one of the most powerful tools that we have. This is why YouTube is just going crazy with people marketing on it, and just people connecting with video stories of what's going on in their life. This is one of the things that is our main focus as we get started, is learning to do this. Now, for me, it was really hard to be able to sit here in front of a camera and talk comfortably. Now, I've done quite a few videos. The first ones, it took me like 10, 12 takes before, I was stumbling and stumbling all over my mouth. And now I can sit here and talk comfortably, and it's no big deal. And so that's one of the things that I tell people even before you sign up. Get used to sitting in front of a camera and telling a story. This is very powerful stuff, something anybody can do, but it takes some of us, it takes practice. Like I say, I didn't struggle with some of the other things that maybe you will, but this was one that I struggled with. That's it for today. Tomorrow we'll talk about something different, and hopefully each day I can get you closer and closer to understanding that each aspect of this business is not hard in itself. It seems daunting, but as we look at it individually, you just take step after step until you get what you need done, and then everything just starts rolling and all the systems work, and the money starts coming in, and you start building a team, and that kind of thing. So anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.